Good morning, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Monday, November 30th. The year 2020 is the last day of November. It's early in the morning. I got up early this morning. I'm sipping on some coffee. I should warm that up. Yeah, all right. Short video because I got some issues I'm dealing with over here, and the only way over here. Anyway, I saw an article over the weekend. I posted on my Facebook channel, my Facebook page, and it was about a family. All these families have slipped into poverty because of the coronavirus pandemic. And one article that kind of struck me was, it's in CNN.com, and it was an article where a lady said she was just tired of being sad. The financial stress from COVID is taking an emotional toll. I know, and I talk to a lot of my friends and family members, and let's get that little Christmas for a minute. I talk to a lot of my friends and family members, and because it's Christmas time, I have a few decorations up, not everything. But this is probably last Christmas was rough for me because I was in the hospital, and we weren't quite clear by the time Christmas rolled around, was he going to even survive? Because he was still in a coma, and a medical-induced coma and asleep because he was on a ventilator. So this year's going to be a little bit different for me. Hopefully that nobody gets sick over the next few weeks. I hope not. Nobody that I know. I do know there are going to be thousands of people getting sick from the coronavirus. But for many people, they're not going to get sick. They're going to live a normal life, but financially they are broke because they have no money coming in, no unemployment. Unemployment benefits are drying up. All sort of help that was out there has come to an end. Donald Trump and the Republicans have essentially ran the economy into a cliff, and off a cliff, and instead of trying to fix it, when they realized he was going to lose the election, they gave up all hope. So forget about trying to get any type of anything accomplished until Biden takes office in January. But in the meantime, people got to start making wise decisions how you're going to survive. I mean, because we're probably headed into a situation worse than the Great Recession. We're technically in a depression for a lot of people. And don't you all believe this bullshit? There are jobs out there and they're hiring and all this is a bunch of fucking lies. By the time, a lot of people these low wage paying jobs won't pay nothing. You're just wasting gas money driving up the street to get there, work your ass off and come home. And by the time you get home and get that paycheck, it ain't shit. And these people we went from an economy that was doing great, thriving, so they claim. I don't think it was thriving because the wages were still too low. To now it's something that's a nightmare. The more I talk to friends, a lot of people are very reluctant to tell you they're going through financial issues. A lot of people don't. They want you to think everything is just honky-dory. They're lying. They're lying. Everybody paints this picture that everything's great. Why do y'all think so many people run around new OnlyFans all of a sudden? People you never thought would do that. They didn't have a choice. Or in their minds, they didn't have a choice. They probably didn't have a choice. Okay, so what should you do now in an economy that's bad and you need income? Well, first off, get on the internet and see, can I work in another state or another city? Start looking. Don't just look where you're living at. There are some jobs available in some areas of the country that seem to be okay. You may have to pack your shit and go there. Look on the internet. Look in places that are, the interesting part is there are jobs paying a lot of money that are involved with COVID-19 in nursing or, a lot of high-risk positions that are available that people may want to consider. I don't know the answer to that, dude. You might want to consider looking out of state. Another option, file bankruptcy. If you have no money coming in, and you owe everybody in Jesus, this might be the perfect opportunity for you to file Chapter 7. Get it over with. Talk to an attorney, a bankruptcy attorney, figure it out. If you have a lot of debt, This might be the best time to get rid of that debt. Just be done with it. If you own a home, maybe it's time to sell it and cash out while the real estate prices are still high and climbing. Because we guys, as we continue into this depression, these real estate prices are not going to stay the same. If you have anything of any value that you think you can sell, a house or a car, that might this be the time to do so. Particularly in certain cities, real estate is doing well. Some cities it ain't. Like New York City is having a very tough time with real estate right now. Trying to, if you're living in New York, good luck with that one. Because that's a tough city to. New York went from being one of the best places in the world to live and buy and own real estate to it's in a bit of a downturn right now. And that's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But the number one thing that you can do is don't give up hope. Like she said, she was tired of feeling tired. This article in CNN, and I read that and I felt that. I said I understand this because you're tired of being tired. You're tired of dealing with this. You're tired of dealing with COVID, the financial stress. You're tired of not being able to pay your bills. You're tired of all this stuff, but you can't give up hope. Some people are barely getting by. They've exhausted all the unemployment benefits. They have to resort to food stamps and Medicaid, and they've never had these issues. These people are in their 30s. And they had great jobs before this happened. So y'all have to understand, some of you had some really good jobs and really good incomes before all this happened. People working in all kinds of jobs. If you're doing well, be grateful and thankful that you're doing okay. Because a lot of people are not doing okay. A lot of people who were making very good money, now they say their credit is shot to hell. They don't have an income coming in. Some of these jobs are not coming back. It's going to be a rough ride from here on out. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I don't care how much hope. I'm very happy Donald Trump is going out that office, but Biden's going to have a tough time ahead. For those of you who are not paying attention, it's going to be a battle between the Republicans who have control of the Senate. But if they win these 2 seats here in Georgia, I hope they don't win it, but who knows? But if they get control, we're doomed. We're doomed. Because these Republicans don't give a fuck about whether you can pay your bills or not. They never cared. They never cared. If you over there starving, people don't give a shit. They don't care. So, and they're here. I'll be back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I am back. I got a problem going on here in my unit that I just moved into. It's a long story, and so they're trying to figure out how they're going to fix this damn mess over here. They knew this shit was tore up when I moved in there. They may be lucky I love living where I live at. I'd be heading to a high-rise downtown Atlanta. But there's some issues here that need to be fixed, and I think they knew those issues existed before I moved into this unit, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, since I used to own real estate and was a landlord once before too. But as I was saying, this holiday season is going to be really bad for a lot of people because they don't have income. They've lost a lot of their jobs, everything. And if you are unaffected by what's going on with the pandemic, have some compassion and empathy for those who are having issues. Every time I read this bullshit on Facebook and Instagram making fun of people who were on unemployment and because some people were making the statement that some people were getting a few people were possibly getting a higher unemployment check when the numbers were a little bit higher than what they made every week, but that wasn't the case for everybody. In fact, a lot of people were not even getting their unemployment at all. Some people are still waiting for their unemployment checks to arrive. Some people, the $1,000, I think the max was like I don't know, every state was different, was far less than what they were making on their regular jobs. And a lot of industries does just not have returned to work. And like I said, some of the stuff is not going to come back no time soon. So those of you who are doing well and okay, be thankful that you're not one of the ones going through this depression, because we are heading to a severe depression that's going to have terrible impact on Black Americans, minorities in this country, white Americans too, so this is a bad situation, and I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. I got some hot coffee 2 hours. So those of you who, read that article and understand, and those of you who are going through this, you're not alone. You're not by yourself. There are a lot of people who are financially hurting. I have friends who, that's one thing about our community. We like to sweep things under the rug, or we're very silent about the issues, and we don't discuss stuff. And a friend of mine has been going through some very serious financial issues, and I've kind of had to pull teeth to get him to tell me what's going on. A couple friends of mine. And it's rough out there. It's real. And like I said, you're not alone. There are a lot of people going through it. Don't resort to bank robbery or doing something that'll get you into a world of trouble. Set this as an example. Weather the storm, I think a lot of people are going to end up filing bankruptcy. That might be a blessing in disguise. Get that debt behind you so you can get a fresh start on the other side of the pandemic. They have these vaccines. They say they come heading out. They got to do something. Maybe the vaccines, if they get the vaccines out to the people and vaccinate enough people, we can reach herd immunity and people can go back to work. Some type of normalcy can return. But in the meanwhile, you got to be able to eat. This is November 30th, 2020, and bills are due, and we got another month and 20 days to go with that dumbass Donald Trump. I wish I could, y'all. I wish there was some way we can get them Donald Trump and Republicans and rope their asses off and throw them into the Atlantic Ocean. And they're the most idiots, these idiots who supported Donald Trump. I don't even know what to even say. Even 4 years later, after this man is no longer the president and he gone, which I'm grateful he ain't the president. I'm grateful he's leaving, but we still got just a few days left of his terrible behavior. And we got to deal with this mess. And I think that's the reason why so many people are hurting right now, because Congress never went back and did anything, even after the chief Fed said, over the Federal Reserve said, we got to put some stimulus into the system or this thing is going to collapse. Do you think the Republicans cared? You think Donald Trump gave a shit? And y'all can say Nancy Pelosi was fighting for the people to get something tangible to help them get through this, not them Republicans. So anyway, but y'all keep voting Republican and voting Republican until your demise. Donald Trump ran this shit off a cliff. He destroyed this economy with his bogus behavior. If Donald Trump had just instituted in January, really January, to wear a mask and social distance, things could have stayed open, but we would have brought the numbers down and probably not be dealing with what we're dealing with now. But his ignorant behavior, these last few weeks of him out there campaigning with all these thousands of people, and I know y'all gonna say the protesters out there protesting, the protesters were not being organized by the President of the United States. Well, technically they were being organized by his dumb ass. But Donald Trump caused a lot of harm, and I'm glad he's gone, so we don't have to say his name again. And hopefully, he will serve time in prison for his behavior, what he did with the Russians. So we shall see. So anyway, those of you, I know a lot of you are going through a crisis and you probably feel alone. It's just a lot of people that are going through some stuff. A lot of people have lost their jobs, their incomes, their credit. It's just a bad situation. They can't pay their bills, they can't pay their rent, they're facing eviction. There's a lot going on. All I can say is things will get better. Just be patient. Just be patient. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. The interruption took a lot longer than what I thought it would take. I was actually going for about an hour dealing with that. But anyway, today is Monday, November 30th. The year is 2020. Excuse the interruption in the middle of the video. However, I got it resolved. So now, There's always something. Always something. But I get through it as usual. I'm out of here. Enjoy your Monday. Do something productive with your life. Don't sit over there worried, crying your eyes out, worried about situations that are beyond your control. I've been through the situation when you lose your income, and it's rough. I remember in 2008, it was scary, rough. It was when you had no income. I couldn't pay for them cars. We couldn't pay that mortgage over there. We couldn't pay for all the houses we had. We couldn't pay employees. I mean, it was down to the wire, literally. And but I persevered and made it through. Here's the funny part. I wasn't depressed about it. It was just rough. But back then, there were people who committed suicide in 2008. I remember a friend of mine got shot and killed by his wife. They were going through a divorce and all this stuff was going on. It was pretty rough. I would have never thought them two would have gotten into a fight and Byron ended up dead. I thought this was insane. He was a builder. So there was a lot of stuff going on back then. And a lot of stuff about to go on right now. So y'all better hold on. Because a lot of industries taking a beating. I still strongly feel get on the internet and look for jobs in different areas, it don't hurt to look. Don't give up hope. And you probably think, well, how am I going to get to Texas? How am I going to get here? How do you figure it out? You'd be surprised what you can come up with. But anyway, I'm out of here and enjoy the rest of your Monday.